You'll never look at John Ritter the same way again. This is Felicity Was Here. Welcome back to Felicity Was Here. I'm Heather.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Dr. Joe.
And today we're discussing Felicity Season 3, Episode 7, Kissing Mr. Covington. Please like and subscribe wherever you're listening, leave us a review, and if you want to support the pod further, head over to buymeacoffee.com/FelicityWasHere. Hey ladies, how's it going?
Hey.
Hi.
Going well. Other than having to buy each episode of this show so that we
Literally.
can do this.
If you all have not heard or haven't experienced it for yourself yet, Disney Plus and Hulu no longer have Felicity streaming on their platforms. I have submitted a request or feedback or leave us, I don't know, there's a spot where you can tell them what content you want to see I wrote Felicity in. So everyone reach out if you have a subscription so that they are giving you the content that you want, that you are paying for. Luckily, I have the DVDs, but it's not easy to watch a DVD anymore these days. I have to hook up an external DVD player to my laptop and split screens to take notes and all that. It's a hassle. I don't like it. I want to watch it on my big TV. I mean, I do have a DVD player, but I've tried to connect it to the TV and it's never fruitful. So
I think it's great. Bring back physical media.
I mean, I like the DVD. There's no commercials, so I like that.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
faster.
I acquired the DVD. I just got a used copy on Amazon. I was like, I don't need to get crazy with it. It's fine. So I got a used copy. They have it on Thrift Books also. They've got it lots of places where you could get used copies that are perfectly fine. So if you don't want to spend as much money, it's totally doable to get a DVD set.
Yeah, I enjoy them. It's just, a hassle. Hopefully you already have a DVD player. You don't have to also purchase one of those.
Hell yeah. All those Criterion Collection DVDs and Blu-rays.
I know you
and 4Ks
do.
I got.
Yeah.
You, the royal you. All of our listeners, you, hopefully.
Oh, that you. Fine.
Yeah. I know Gen Z doesn't, but maybe most of our listeners are not Gen Z.
It's cute. So. It's retro. It's vintage. Go start a trend.
I think CDs are back, so why not DVDs? Well, today we want to start with some listener mail. So we got an email from listener Jamie. She says, "Happy you are back for season 3. Unfortunately, I am already having some problems with it. I know we are still early in the season, but I am curious to hear what is working and what is not working for you. For me, the main problem I have is how they are writing Felicity and Ben. They are just giving them conflict after conflict, which I get conflict is needed, but they are leaving out their dynamic as a couple and all the things about them that make them so great at the end of season 2. To end on a more positive note, I wanted to ask you, what are the most rewatchable Felicity episodes for you? For me, it's Boggled, The Fugue, The List, Great Expectations. I also love to rewatch the scene in Spooked where Ben and Felicity are carving pumpkins. Once again, thank you for all the hard work you do." Funny she brings up pumpkins and Spooked because there's a callback to that in this episode that we watched. So love the timely reference there. So I guess let's start at the top. What is working and what is not working for you for season 3?
This is tough. I obviously don't like this season very much, but to pinpoint, I don't know.
I'll jump in then. I think season 3 is my least favorite of all 4 seasons. I think it goes 1, 2, 4, and 3 for me. It definitely gets soapier. And I'm not against teen soaps like the OC, Dawson's Creek. I love the drama, but for me, Felicity was unique in that it was just different. It was more emotional problems and it was more grounded. And now things get really big, drugs and guns and so many cheating things. Felicity and Randy, we get some other cheating scandals later. We got Elena. Everyone's cheating on everyone. Everyone's screwing that's the kind of stuff that I don't think Felicity started that way. And I liked that it was unique from other shows out there for teens where, everyone is just hooking up with everyone and, drugs, alcohol, partying, all that stuff. Yeah. And I think there's less of that heartfelt, sentiment or it's just tender moments. Even just the angsty away messages, it's harder and harder every episode for me to pick one because there's just not the Sally, there's not the Dr. Pavone. we don't get as much of that like self-reflection and like, oh, learning and growing as a person. It's more just here's drama and like here's people going at each other. So it just kind of gets a little over the top in moments for me this season.
I also feel that in like this silly way of the lighting's not as dramatic. Did you guys notice that this season?
Yeah.
Like there's not as many dramatically lit. Like there's no Felicity sitting on her bed with her silhouette and like the light coming.
That's definitely because of ratings. That's because of ratings, as well as her wardrobe. They like the network made them dress her in brighter colors and stuff from season 1. So that's definitely intentional and unfortunate.
It's like all the uniqueness of her character, like her sweaters and her, quirkiness kind of fades out this season. And I understand that people like grow and like you're not the same as you were when you were a freshman compared to your junior year, but it just seems like almost all the characters, there's like these drastic changes that haven't been built up enough. It's just kind of like this giant jump of who are these people? Yeah.
What would you, the rural you or you two ladies in front of me, what would you suggest for conflict instead of the kind of soapy conflict that we're getting? What kind of conflict would you suggest to replace the soapy level of drama? Because some conflict is necessary. Otherwise, we're watching paint dry kind of stuff. So, like,
it's a show about nothing.
Instead? Well, what? Yeah, like, what would you
That's
do?
already been done, though.
Yeah. So, what?
I mean, again, like,
I think to see?
I think a lot of us were so happy that they decided to keep Felicity and Ben together this season instead of break them up. But then it's like 5 episodes in, there's this maybe cheating thing. Again, don't want to spoil things later, but it's like there's so many more problems that you can go through than just cheating in relationships. I mean, I also feel like, what about art? Like, she was in this art show, but like, what happened to that self-discovery piece where she's trying to figure out pre-med versus art? Like, they just kind of said, okay, yeah, your art is great and you're going to be in this show now. Like, I feel like school is a complete back burner, whereas season 1, like, there was a lot of stuff with the professors and she was worried about classes, and there was the essays, the paper, finals. Like, we just didn't even really get a good finals episode.
Yeah, we hardly see them in class, really.
Yeah, and I just feel like I think some of that comes back season 4, which is why I like season 4 better. Like, it's more about college life than just random drama. And again, like, I think you can have the drama with Ben's dad and like Felicity helping Ben, but like, do we have to go to this extent? I don't know. I thought this was kind of unnecessary, this episode, the length that they went to cause a rift. It didn't feel like we had to put Felicity in that situation, especially after the Randy, that whole storyline of being honest and upfront with him. Like, now let's do it again. I don't know. It just, it felt weird. I don't know. I'm not a TV writer. That's like not my job to figure out. Like, I feel like they were creative enough in the first 2 seasons. They could figure it out now, but I mean, yeah, even just the friendships between them all. Like, what if you did show Ben and Noel actually becoming friends? If you're going to say they're friends, like, let's show them actually becoming friends somehow, like maybe there is a little conflict between them, but then they get through it and they become closer somehow. And yeah, like Elena and Tracy, they still haven't figured out the whole sex thing. And like, we just got to throw Finn in the mix. Like, well, maybe you two should be talking about like religion and all that still too. I feel like Sean and Megan are the best characters right now. Like, they feel like the most well-rounded, and it's not just like cheating on each other. Like, there's religion, there's a health thing, there's, I don't know. I'm not a screenwriter, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Are you saying that maybe by season 3, most TV shows have to resort to this kind of stuff?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, it's just interesting to pick out what we don't like, but not have some sort of solution for that. Like, I'm just going to point out a problem and not have a solution. And I try not to be that person, because I'm trying to do some writing myself and giving feedback to people. We have to say what's working and what's not working, and if it's not working, what would we suggest instead? So we are I am often forced to be in that position to come up with some sort of solution or some sort of alternative if the thing that I'm noticing isn't working. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Or if somebody gives me feedback, I'm like, okay, tell me what to do instead. What, do you have any ideas? Or are you just going to say it's wrong? So I'm just putting it out there, just, food for thought kind of thing. Just if you do have any ideas, I'd like to hear them. Like, genuinely, I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not actually talking to the writers, and we can't change anything. So I hadn't really thought that all through, but yeah, I mean, I think we could chat more about this episode too. Like taking a whole season, it's, it would take more time to brainstorm than we have here. But I also think like Molly's brand new and we still don't really like, I know there's more coming now, but like I feel like it's taken a while to make her someone that we care about. You could have some roommate interaction that is awkward. Like people have bad roommates. Like I know we did the Megan thing, but like that was just kind of funny, surface level stuff. Like you could actually have real roommate tension and things that you have to work through. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry,
how deep you could go with that.
I was just going to say, I agree with Jamie when she said there's like all these things at the end of season 2 about Ben and Felicity that were built up, all these good, awesome things that they got through together. And so like now what's coming up, the finale of the whole show, like to me, because that was like the point to me where they got through so much together and they admitted they loved each other and blah, blah, blah. So it's like now to come to season 3 after that, it's like, what are you guys doing? You had that whole amazing breakthrough and now it meant nothing. So I think maybe their problem was like doing too much maybe in season 2 so that there wasn't enough left to build up anymore. So they had to destroy it again. I don't know.
It was too good. I must ruin it. But that's true. It is true. And it's like you do have to keep making things harder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I do like the idea of her helping Ben through this period with his dad. I do like that general angle. I just think they took it a little too far in this one.
We also have to think
like what the hell are we doing with Noel? Like, what is the point of that? Like, how is any of this getting him back on track? I don't know. For him, I could see, because he's a senior, I would start this senioritis stuff way earlier. Like, he's trying to get his life back on track, but he only has a year left of school. So, like, to me, there should be more urgency around classes and figuring out job hunting. Like, to me, that just...
And not chasing tail.
Yeah, and not, like, messing around with this stuff. But then also we left it... I think also just, there's, like, a lot of loose ends that keep happening this season, too. Like, with Natalie. Like, he says, oh, the only way that I'll keep dating you is if we get an annulment. And then it's like, okay... But then she's gone. I'm like, so wait, are you still dating or are you not? Like, are you like, it just, there's a lot of like loose ends. And so to me, it's like, okay, what's your 8-step plan then, Noel, to get things back on track? Like, to me, that would be the Noel, the binder, full of ideas or binder full of my 8-year plan.
That's a great suggestion. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's good. Like pointing to something like that, like the actual character example of like, this is the kind of thing he would do and he'd have, and he could have
like the computer job is good, but then like to do this as like a stalker thing, and again, that also doesn't make sense to me because he's had girlfriends. Why does he think he needs to do this? And there's a ton of pretty women in well, we'll get into all this, but like there's a ton of pretty women in college. Why is he obsessed with Tyra Banks? Like, go find another one. I don't know. Why does it have to be her? But yeah, you've given me a lot to think about. I'm not good at like off the cuff, but I can think about it more.
Yeah. This could be an ongoing discussion throughout the rest of the season, definitely. Because we can.
Whenever I have a gripe, I will come with a replacement. A replacement.
One of my bosses told me that a long time ago because I bitch about all sorts of things. That's like I absolutely will run my mouth all the time and complain about things. And she gave me some like professional advice. She's like, don't run in there, saying all these things are wrong if you don't have something to offer to make it better. And that stuck with me all this time. That was like. That was like probably like 17 years ago or something. It was a while ago. So that stuck with me. And I try to carry that into different situations. Not just professional
and that's
ones.
how I am at work. You don't go to a manager. It's called managing up. You don't go to a manager with a problem. You go to them with a solution. But like, this is literally not a real problem. So there's that too. I'm like, I can't fix it. The show been over. But yeah. No, I like the idea of also, thinking what else we would do. What does it get right? Or what is working? I mean, like I said, I do love drama, so I keep watching it because I want to know what happens next. So they've got some good like cliffhangers, and they keep you like in suspense. There's tension, I guess.
And for me, I think there's still character development. Like I think Ben has some really good character development, and this episode in particular, I like this episode. I don't agree with all the things that happen in it, but I do enjoy it because my man John Ritter's in it, so I'll forgive anything. If he's involved, I'm like, it's perfect. What are you talking about?
So then on a more positive note, what are the most rewatchable Felicity episodes for you?
Spooked. 100% spooked. I'll watch that all day, every day.
The pilot.
That's a good one. The pilot.
Man, I came with like a long list.
Good.
I'm sorry, I did not prepare for this.
It's okay. Pilot, Boggled, The Fugue, The Force, all the way till the end. Felicity was here, season 1. The List, any Thanksgiving. I mean, Thanksgiving number 1 is like my number 1, but then like any Thanksgiving episodes, also Friendsgiving.
Aretha Theory.
So like back end, probably starting around the election stuff, I'll rewatch the whole end of season 2 because it's good and it's funny. And then I gotta say season 4 pilot or premiere, not for the reason you would think, but just that like quarter life crisis feeling like, oh shit, what am I gonna do with my life after college? Like that always rang true to me. And then I did like the last few episodes, the add-on to season 4. I do rewatch those too.
I like those too.
Yeah.
Because of something very specific. So we'll get there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We will get there. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think those are my big ones. But honestly, like, I do rewatch all of them, obviously, because it's my favorite show. All right. So then, digging it, I do have an Aperol Spritz for this one, even though maybe that's inappropriate given the context, the situation that happens. But this one is rough. So I'm just gonna... This, I mean, I had to. This is a rough one. Makes my tummy hurt. So last time,
maybe some chamomile tea if your stomach hurts, or some ginger tea.
No, it's like anxiety pit in my stomach from the secondhand uncomfortable
peppermint tea.
I don't like peppermint or chamomile because I had to drink them when I was sick as a kid, and so now I have that negative association.
Fascinating.
All right, so last time Felicity and Ben made up after she found out from Randy that nothing happened between them at the frat party, but it was too little too late, and Randy's frat boys jumped Ben as payback for him beating up Randy. This is what I mean. It's very plotty and convoluted. It's like he beat him up, this guy beat him up. Anyway, Sean had a testicle removed, and Noel stole an email password of Jane's, played by who's a student whose computer he fixed. Elena worked on a project with Tracy's class partner, who happened to be Finn, the hot guy from across the hall, and they kissed more than once. Despite Noel's suspicions that Richard might be gay, Richard came out as a never-been-kissed virgin. So this episode was written by frequent writer Jennifer Levin and directed by Harry Weiner. We open at the loft where Felicity brings Ben home from the hospital. He's got a bruised face, arm in a sling, and he's out of work for a while. But Noel has offered to cover Ben's shifts at Dean and DeLuca in the meantime. I think it was on the commentary from One Ball, Two Strikes that Megan was like the only one who never worked at Dean and DeLuca. Like, I just think it's funny that like all of them have pretty much worked at Dean and DeLuca in some respect. So I think that's funny. Like, now this is Noel's turn to work at Dean and DeLuca.
Did Elena? Did Julie?
Julie did. Julie and Sean and Ben did at the holiday party with Maggie.
Oh, okay. Right.
But you're right. I don't know. Maybe Elena didn't.
I don't think so.
Always forgotten.
She's too busy with school, like doing actual real things. Yeah.
Like what she's supposed to be doing. It's just really fascinating to me, the idea that Noel is good enough of a friend with Ben to fill in for him at work. Or like that Javier wouldn't just figure it out himself, like just be like a manager. And
they don't have extra staff members. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, really?
That's the thing. They're not good. Like, we haven't seen enough of that if they are that good of friends. Like, he's his roommate. So, yeah.
Yeah. And again, I would assume that he was doing it to help Felicity more than to help Ben directly. But I'm like, really? Like, I wouldn't do that. If one of you asked me to cover your shift doing that kind of bullshit, I'd say no. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I would. No,
I mean, even Felicity could like take more shifts.
She's gotta be his nursemaid at home. So no, she cannot.
Oh, okay.
I know, right? I know. So yeah, I'm just trying.
Even though he keeps saying it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Then go to work.
I don't know. He looks like shit. That's not a good look for business. Like, that's not good for business.
He does look pretty rough. So then Mr. Covington calls and Felicity answers. Ben tells her to say that he is not home. After she gets off, Ben is surprised that Mr. Covington even knows about the mafia attack that he went through. Felicity says that the hospital called him and he flew out, and Mrs. Covington is out of the country. So Felicity, of course, thinks that Ben should call his dad, but Ben makes himself very clear he does not want to talk to his father. I also thought this was curious. I felt like it was a loose end after Ben's dad ended up in the hospital. Like, the last thing we saw and heard with the two of them was like Ben going to his bedside and holding his hand, and like they both looked upset. And so again, I was just like, we left off with this touching moment between the two of them, and then now all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to talk to my dad. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. He's just doing his own thing.
Okay.
So again, I was just we just never saw like how things ended between them after his dad got out of the hospital. Like it just felt like there was a gap.
I mean, that makes more sense to me, him still having a distance than just being like, oh, we had a touching moment and now the whole past is erased and everything's fine going forward. Like, that does make sense to me.
I don't think, like, all is forgiven, but I just feel like there was a piece missing in between.
It seemed reasonable enough to me.
Okay.
Because his dad still hasn't, even in that episode, like, he wasn't the one nurturing Ben, and Ben needs nurturing right now. Like, so why would he want his dad around? He's not had that experience of being nurtured by him. It's not like, oh, I just want my mom, or I just want, whoever. It's like, no, like, he's not that guy. So why would he just be an extra person telling him he looks like shit like Noel was? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then Noel runs into Jane after some graphic design seminar thing. He spots her, invites her up for sushi. He says, no, had a terrible experience with sushi, not interested. She also doesn't like graphic design, and she also has to get to class. So Noel is like, oh man, we have nothing in common, which should be your sign.
Yeah.
Like,
shouldn't that be enough of a clue for you?
But yeah, I guess he's got to make this happen for some reason.
I wonder.
What is it?
Because she's hot? Because you think she's hot?
That's it?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, there's other hot girls. I don't know. Like, why this one? It just doesn't, I don't get it.
Because she's a special guest. I need to drag this out, probably. Like, if it was some other just, like, person at school, it's not Tyra Banks.
Yeah. I guess we know she's a supermodel. Yeah. So it's supposed to make sense. Like, of course, he's going to do everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then at the dorm apartment, the student apartment, Felicity is finishing up eating and dancing alone in the apartment to a song. She is getting her groove on completely in her own world. And then she turns around and Mr. Covington is standing there, which, of course, surprises / scares her. I thought it was really, this piece I think was well set up. Like, it already is a violation of like her privacy, her space. She didn't know he was there. Like, she's already going to be caught off guard. So I think that this does a good job of like building up what's to come. Like the initial is already like, oh God. Yeah. So that was effective, I thought.
Awkward.
Yes.
How many times have we seen her dance by herself like that?
0.
She's danced like that when they were like painting the apartment, but obviously not by herself.
But not by herself.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm kind of
Do you guys dance by yourself like that?
Fuck no.
I
don't do anything. No, I was telling when I was on another guest spot, I was like, I don't even sing in my car to myself or like in the shower by myself. Like, I don't do a lot of stuff. I'm just like really closed in on myself and won't like dance or sing. Like, even with my own self, I'm like, no, unacceptable.
I scream sing for sure.
That's awesome.
I'm all alone in my apartment. Like, I got to do something.
Yeah. Well, especially with all the musicians around you. I mean, it's perfect.
I got to use my music to cover up their music. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like doing the dishes. I don't know. You just got to like.
I wish. That's not.
I don't dance around like Felicity. I don't dance around like Felicity in my apartment.
Yeah. She looked like she was having a really good fucking time. Yeah. Just like.
You could tell she was like, as an actress, laughing at herself. Like, there were pieces where she looked like she was kind of giggling to herself.
Yeah, she was really feeling herself. And I'm like, oh, girl, like, why? Like, if Elena was dancing, like, I could buy that more because I feel like she has been dancing other times or something. But, like, I'm like, this is really convenient that she'd have that a little bit of vulnerability, like being caught dancing or something when she's not a person who ever does that, that we ever see her do that. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah,
so that irked me.
It would make more sense if, like, she were, like, just getting out of the shower or something.
Exactly.
You know, like,
you know, like, even if she has, like, a robe on or something, like, you know, it's just, but just still, like, not be, like, her whole put-together conscious self, like, when, you know, expecting a visitor or something.
Yep.
Like, that would have made more sense to me. But, yeah, her dancing around, I was like, this is extremely goofy. It's adorable, but it just felt too forced for me.
It was forced. Yeah.
That's something that I have a problem with. Like, the soapiness, I'm like, bring it. This dancing around, I was like, this is out of character. Don't do that again.
Yeah. But I do like that it elicited the feelings that it needed to. Like, for me.
For sure.
Yeah. So Mr. Covington came to talk to Felicity. He tells her that he's going to AA and thinks Ben should try Al-Anon, which is meetings for family members of alcoholics. So he asks Felicity to nudge Ben toward going. He really wants Ben to know that he came to New York because he's worried about him. So Mr. Covington is doing this AA step work, making amends, reaching out, but he's going through Felicity instead of Ben directly. Is this crossing a line? Like, is this doing too much? Is this part of it? Like, reach out to those people by any means possible? I don't know.
They could have sent a telegram, right? Like a singing telegram. That would have been more appropriate than this.
So it's inappropriate to ask this of Felicity. Yeah.
It's not fair to put that on her. I understand somebody's brain would be like, she can get through to him. Like, if he's going to listen to anybody, it would be her. But, we don't see him being like, hey, I'm going to go talk to his friend Sean. Of course, Sean's like not available. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he would have had other options if things were a little bit different, like the setting was different. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of skeezy, backwards, like not full on accountable, taking accountability. He could have tried to talk to Ben first, and then if he rejected it, like that Al-Anon idea, then he could have been like, hey girl, can you talk some sense into your man because he being stupid? And you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also wonder how sincere it is. Like, does he really care? I don't know, just given everything else that happens this episode, like, is he really this genuine about like, oh, I'm worried about Ben? Or is it like Ben said, like he's just trying to make it look like he cares and, oh, he can hold this over Ben's mom later, like, oh, I did this thing and I went there and I showed him that I work,
like yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably why there's some half-assery involved and he's not talking to Ben, making more of an effort to talk to Ben directly initially.
All right, so we go back to Sean's hospital room post-surgery, and Sean has found God, specifically Judaism. Megan has come to visit him, brought him a bunch of candles. She's like, what's all this about? And Sean says that he made a pact while he was on that cutting table. He said if he survived surgery, he was going to follow all 613 commandments in the Torah. Like, he made a promise with God. You let me live, I will devote my life to you. She's like, oh, wow, really interesting, cool. And he's like, oh, by the way, it's the Sabbath. Can you go operate that light? Like, I'm not allowed to, work and do work on gadgety things. And so Megan has to get up and, like, turn the light off or whatever. And if I were Megan, I'd be like, oh, hell no. Like, we're not doing this. I am not just going to be your servant now. No.
Yeah. The only time that kind of behavior is okay is if there's a cat sitting on you. Then somebody else has to do stuff for you.
Yeah. Or a dog.
Yeah. Or a dog counts too. But like a cat above all else. Like you cannot
So they're
move.
settled in.
Yeah. You can't risk moving. And I saw no cat on his lap, so this was bullshit.
There was no cat.
There's a call button. Ask a nurse or something. Like, don't be doing that to Megan.
And most of the time, I feel like the light controls are in the thing that, the call the nurse, turn off the light.
Oh, he wouldn't be able to do that either. He'd just have to be like, oh. He'd have to just holler or have his little
I will be honest, I don't
color.
know anything really about Judaism and the rules and
I don't
like
know the
who's
loopholes
Orthodox and
stuff.
who follows what and how strictly and all that. But I feel like most of the Jewish people I know, like, they operate light fixtures on the Sabbath. But
yeah,
maybe
I think
he's doing something else.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some people probably do all those things. It's just not like as prevalent.
Not your like average practicing Jew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Noel goes to his BFF Elena for advice on what to do with Jane. So Noel tells Elena that Jane is pretty. He mentions that twice, but that there's really no commonality between them, which, probably your sign. Like, then she's not for you, dude. So Noel tells Elena that he has Jane's email password and is tempted to read her messages to get to know her better. She, in fact, emails back and forth with a friend where they tell each other their deepest, darkest secrets like a diary. And Elena tells him very clearly on, like, in no uncertain terms, do not read that girl's emails. Lies will ruin everything. Which, funny enough, Tracy walks in the door. So another one of these just great moments where, like, of course this is happening. Not only is the paper with Finn good that Elena helped on, but it's getting published. Because I'm sure
That's nuts.
the average paper by juniors in, I forget now, what was it, sociology or something, it's getting published. How great. Great news. So he's beaming. He wants to take Elena out with Finn to dinner to celebrate that they're getting published. Also, I've never noticed this before, but do we think Elena's wearing a scarf to cover up hickeys from Finn? Because that scarf seemed out of place with her outfit. She had like a button down and it was unbuttoned pretty far. And then she had this scarf. Like it didn't look like winter yet. I don't know. It was, I was wondering if that was a little
or maybe
hint,
she was
Easter
wearing it to cover is like metaphorical, like her.
her shame.
Her throat
shame.
chakra.
Like when characters wear, like characters, especially in Disney movies, a lot of the ones wear gloves when they're hiding something. Like it's just a symbol that they have secrets, like Elsa in Frozen. So yeah, no, that's a good thought too. It could just be like, yeah, she's closed and hiding something interesting. So the second that Elena and Tracy walk out the door, though, to go study, Noel logs into Jane's email. So Elena telling Noel lies will ruin everything, like kind of rich coming from her, right? Is she like, no, learn from my mistakes, don't do it? Or it's just good advice. Like he should not do this. But it's just interesting, yeah, that coming from Elena with
she's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those two things can be true things. Like, it's true that she's hiding, and it's also true that that's bad.
Yeah. So then Felicity's at the loft where she sets up the basketball hoop for Ben that Mr. Covington gave to her to give to him. She tells Ben that Mr. C came to see her and asked her to encourage Ben to give him another shot. Ben is unsurprised, though. He's like, yeah, he's charming. It's his thing. I'm not surprised, but like, this is what he does. Like, no, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to do anything. But Felicity asked Ben to consider giving him one more chance for her. And again, we mentioned this before. I am I don't love unsolicited advice most of the time. I just feel like she's so far out of her depth here. Like, I don't think she's malicious, but yeah, she really doesn't know anything about her relationship. I don't know. I would never feel in a place to give advice on this kind of thing.
Which I think she comprehends later.
Yeah, she does realize that.
Yeah. But it takes it seems like it shouldn't be that complicated. Like, oh yeah, talk to your dad. Like, that sounds like what a normal person would say to another seemingly normal person, but it's not a normal relationship. It's, a dysfunctional one. So it's just really hard to put, your solutions don't always solve other people's problems kind of thing. Like, yeah, that might work for you if you were having a conflict with your parents, but doesn't mean it's going to work with somebody else and their parent. So it's just, yeah, I don't think she can even comprehend how out of her depth she is, obviously.
Yeah. And I guess to be fair to her, though, she was thrust in the middle because Ben's dad came to see her and kind of put her in this weird situation. She could say no.
She could have immediately said no then.
It's like the people pleasery thing coming out, right? She wants everyone to get along and trying to control everyone's reactions to each other. So that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. It's just interesting how many times it takes people to learn different lessons,
Yeah.
Like, it was already complicated, not too long ago, like you were saying, when his dad was in the hospital and stuff. It's just like, you know what? My name is Paul and this is between y'all. Like, this is not a me problem. This is a you problem. Like, you have to figure this out. Like, go be a grown-up. Go, leave me the fuck out of this. Like, if you need a go-between, call his mother. Like, just no, At her age, I wouldn't have said something like that, thinking about it now. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, absolutely not. But
yeah, I guess I would have thought that she would have gleaned a little bit more after the last time she encouraged him to give him another chance, and then he stood them both up going to that baseball game.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was the moment she was like, okay, I'm here for you now. Whatever, I'm here with you. You've got me now, and it's like it's me and you. It doesn't matter about him anymore. And it's just it's a little weird that she once again was like one more chance. You can't then it's not one more chance.
It's like
they need the conflict.
Told you all those times that he got let down over and over again, and she experienced it firsthand. So yeah, that kind of is like, girl, you're just reinforcing old habits, and pain that's already been felt a million times. Like, why are you participating in that pain cycle? But that's kind of deep.
Yeah. And again, for a 20-year-old, I get it.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh
man. I wish that was like a GIF or something.
I mean, I still do that a lot, but
Mm.
especially when I was in my 20s. Someone's parent, like, coming to my house, oh, can you please do this? Oh no.
That's going to be your text tone
Yeah.
now.
Great. Happy to, make you laugh. So Elena goes to Epstein Bar where she finds Finn, and she tells him that she loves Tracy. This needs to stop. This thing between them will never happen again. And Finn's like, well, you've got a weird way of showing it. It's like, dude, you knew she was with Tracy, like, come on. But he receives the information and she's like, look, you two go on this dinner. Finn's like, no, I can't anyway. You guys go. So Finn backs out of the dinner. So it seems like Finn's a little butthurt. I'm like, well, you knew she had a boyfriend. So then, where's my Aperol Spritz?
Getting ready.
So then, back at the student apartment, Mr. Covington comes back to see Felicity. He is certain that he has lost Ben for good. He says that his sponsor told him he had nothing to lose by coming to New York. Mr. Covington says, like, yeah, I get it now. Because I have nothing to lose. I've already lost everything. So he breaks down, kind of crying. I don't know if I saw tears. There was like,
I did not.
but I didn't see real tears.
Right.
So he appears that he is upset. Felicity starts to reach out, like puts a hand on his arm to comfort him.
They're there.
Yeah, they're there, but then does embrace him for a hug, trying to comfort him. He then says like, oh, thank you so much for your support. He starts kissing her neck, moves up to her cheek, tries to move into her lips, and Felicity kind of panics, like throws hands up, like freezes, fight, flight, freezes. He catches himself then when he feels her freeze, and he says, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and then he rushes the hell out of there. Dr. Joe, how do we even categorize what just happened? Was this... I mean, honestly, as a nearly 40-year-old, I see this a lot differently than I did as a middle schooler when I probably first watched this. Like,
Sheesh.
was this straight up predatory? Like, was it also grief and loneliness and someone reached out? Is it both? Is he drinking again? Does it even matter? Like, it's obviously inappropriate. But I don't know. I just have a hard time now believing that this was an innocent mistake. It almost feels, predatory now.
Yeah, I would lean more predatory because I feel like John Ritter can act better than that. And I feel like Mr. Covington was fake crying, not John Ritter wasn't acting well enough.
No, of course. Yeah.
Like, I think Mr. Covington
that is such a good point.
Like, not, like, it was like, yeah, that fake cry kind of thing, like for the sympathy to like give her a reason to come in closer, and then, he could pull a move or whatever. And I don't know that he like specifically went over to the apartment to be like, I'm gonna put the moves on her, I'm gonna make her feel real bad, and then I'm gonna strike. Like, I think he was opportunistic and predatory, but I felt like it was just maybe like having to always be in a victim role. Like, people who are abusive like that, like they tend to play themselves out to be the victim. Like, oh, I've lost him, poor me. Like narcissistic, like parents, or like, like different kinds of flavors of personality disorder. Like, I hear from a lot of people, like their parents are like such martyrs and such victims all the time, for the purposes of guilt trips. And it wasn't specifically a guilt trip for her, but it was like a feel sorry for me kind of thing. And obviously it was effective because she did try to hug him, like most, like it wasn't like wildly unreasonable to like try to comfort a person you think is crying in front of you. But, like if like Sean was standing in front of him, he wouldn't have been crying, like that. And then like, I lost my son forever. Like you know what I mean? Like if it was like Richard standing there or Noel, like, I don't think he would have been like, I lost what I said. Like, come on now, like, get out of here.
I think if the writers had really wanted us to believe that he was just like so grief stricken and so sad and lonely and like was so overcome from her kindness to him, that they should have like shown more scenes or attempts for her and him to have this like a little bit of a connection, like her consoling him more or like talking to him about it more. Instead, we just got him staring at her dancing, and then she's like, yeah, I'll talk to Ben for you. And like, we're supposed to think that that's what he was so overcome about. Like, this girl is trying so hard. She's the only one in my life trying to help me, and I'm just gonna embrace her, and I'm overcome with her kindness. Like, like nothing really big had happened yet. She said she would try and talk to him. He didn't want to see. So like it just fell short in that area. So it was just like super weird to see and uncomfortable because it's like, what? Her? Why?
Yeah, I see it as same thing as you, Doctor. Like he didn't go there planning on putting the moves on her, but I think it was an opportunity presented itself. And yeah, she was nice enough to reach out that then, oh, this girl's right here. Like, I don't know. I'm not a therapist, but like, I feel like sometimes men will just see what they can get away with. And then, oh, sorry, didn't mean it. But like, they kind of always test the boundaries. And I feel like that's what was happening there. It's like, they'll put a test out. They'll send a, weird message on a dating app that's like too sexual, and then you're like, that made me uncomfortable. Like, oh no, it was just a joke. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Like, no, I'm serious. Like they try and test the boundaries. It's like the Raptors testing the electric fences. So like that's
you don't
that's
get
what that kind of
electrocuted.
felt.
Proceed. Just go for
that's
it.
kind of what it felt like to me.
That totally makes sense. Like it's cool to be in that victim mode and that martyr mode and be like, oh, woe is me. But then it's just like, oh wow, I'm really close right now. Like, might as well just see what's up.
It was really icky. And again, I think Carrie Russell too. Like the freeze
was really good.
Oh my god,
I was like,
I felt that. Yeah,
is this some intimate?
Yes, which is why I say like it makes my stomach hurt because I feel whatever the heck she's feeling, and that is a great actress.
Yeah. See, that's why I like the episode, like, cause stuff like that. Like, I was like, oh, this is so, like, juicy. Like, to me, it's not, like, as soapy as it is. Like, I'm like, this is juicy drama.
I mean, I was gonna ask later, but we're on it. So, again, here's where, like, I don't know that this is what had to happen for Ben to, like, realize, oh, yeah, I have a problem. I'm mad at my dad. I have all this rage. I should go to Al-Anon. Like,
I'll tell you.
I don't know
what
that
I got
we
from
had
it.
to put full right now, or do you want to wait?
I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then we go immediately back to the loft where Felicity comes in, and now we see Ben has been playing with the basketball hoop that Mr. Covington gifted him. Felicity does tell him that his dad stopped by again. Ben's like, yeah, I was thinking about what you said, and I am going to give him another chance. Which, of course, Felicity now regrets, but she awkwardly encourages him while knowing exactly what just happened in her apartment. So is this an impossible situation for Felicity? Like, or just like after what happened with Randy, should Felicity just be upfront with Ben no matter what now? Like,
absolutely.
Okay.
No, you don't think?
Okay. Period.
Good.
Oh, no. After how he reacted to the Randy stuff, she better be telling him what happened. Who cares if it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get back with my dad, everything's good. Like, no, your dad just tried to kiss me. Like, I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah, because okay, let's say that they do resolve the relationship. Like, is he gonna be coming around more often?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna have to dealing with them more often? Like, is he gonna come over for dinner on Sunday nights or something like all the time? Like once a month or something. It's like, how far does this go? And like, how long can you sit on that? Yeah, it's impossible. It's like, it's unfair that she was put in it, in that position by him to begin with. So of course it's unfair that he kissed her too. It's just like, but I don't think like it's going to wildly disappoint Ben because like, it's like the higher you are, like the harder you fall kind of thing. Like he's not that like that excited, like it's not like it's been like months where their relationship's been fucking amazing and he's feeling really secure in their relationship, and then all of a sudden this thing happens and she has to break his heart or something. It's just like he just came around to the idea, so it's better to cut it off now than just like entertain this at all, because like the longer he feels in that happy space, the harder it's going to be when it gets pulled out from under him again. Like he's right to have his guard up because of shit like this. Like he was right all along. Like guess what? He knows his dad better than you do, Felicity. Wow, who would have thunk it?
Shocker.
Yeah.
But also, like, knowing what we know about Ben, I feel like she should know he will, like, maybe his reaction, like, maybe she's scared of his reaction, but not toward her. Like, maybe she's afraid of what he'll do to his dad. But, like, we know he's going to protect her. Like, it's not like he's going to be mad at her about anything. Like, she should know enough about Ben.
That's the problem. Because he is so unhinged. I mean, like, the whole reason his dad's there is because he was in the hospital because he beat somebody up and then got beat up by them, by his crew. So it's like, yeah, it's like, is this going to get more violence? Like, so that really sucks. Like, this is why I would, like, honestly, at this point, wouldn't even be dating Ben. Like, I'd be
Right.
like, you need some fucking therapy. Like, so for real. Like, don't call me until, like, your therapist signs off on it, you know? Like, like I'm gonna have to, you know,
You need
they're gonna
more
have
than
to give
an
you
Al-Anon
permission.
meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, that's amazing, but, and that I'd be like, okay, fine. Like, you're, like, on probation period, like, right now. Like, this
can
is
be
not,
friends.
like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, you're way too unhinged. Like, if you even have to ask yourself, oh my gosh, is he going to, you know, have a violent outburst if I tell him this thing that's hard to tell him? Like, if you have to ask yourself that, don't be with that
Yeah.
person. You know, like, that's, like, kind of not a cool way to live. Like, what other things might be too much to tell them? You know, like, you know, where's that line? It's like, that's not a way to live. That sucks. That sucks. So
Yeah. Snaps for Dr. Joe. Love it. Good
Thanks.
advice. I love it. No, it's good. I'm being
Thanks.
sincere. So then Tracy runs into Finn and another classmate who shares some news. Dr. McGrath has been reported for sexual harassment by his assistant. And now there's a disciplinary list circulating with names of students who are involved with McGrath. And Finn gets a look at it and then tries to stall. Tracy wants to see who's on it. He's trying to get the other classmate to shut the fuck up, but he's not. He's like, look at this list, Tracy. Tracy looks at it and Elena's name is on it. And my question is, A, why is this being circulated? How is this public information?
Yeah,
And
it's
B,
not.
why is it a disciplinary list? Why are they disciplining the victims?
Well, I don't know that it is, because Elena seems surprised by everything later. So it's not like they called her up and was like, you're in trouble or something.
I just didn't know why they called it a disciplinary list. That scared me.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but oh crap, what was I gonna say?
Why
Tracy,
is it circulated?
no, well, because his friend works in some office and Xeroxed it. Like, it was like, this is not supposed to be circulated. This is like,
Yeah.
I gave it to someone and told them not to say anything, and they're telling somebody not to say anything, kind of thing. Like, and everybody's gonna know.
Yeah.
But Tracy says the Prince of Darkness
I know.
about McGrath, which I was like, that's amazing, because he played a vampire in Friday Night, and he was like
Right.
super hot in it. And I was like, yes, he is the Prince of Darkness. Do
I
more of
thought he
that.
called them that in season 2 as well. Like when Elena said she like did work for him or was his assistant or something. I was like the Prince
maybe.
of Darkness. I thought he said that more than once. Yeah.
He
loved
may
it.
have, yeah. It's a good reference.
Mm-hmm. So now Noel goes to a yoga class armed with everything that he's learned from Jane's emails. So he shows up with the same book that she told her friend she's been reading. He asks her out for Indian food, which she mentioned to her friend was her favorite cuisine. You know, they start chatting at this yoga class and now seemingly have a lot in common. So yeah, he asked her out for Indian food. She says yes. This is psycho behavior. That's all I have to say.
It's absolutely horrible.
It's giving incel. It's like really messed up.
It's again, I just don't understand why he thinks
Like,
he
this
needs
isn't
like
any
why
amount
her? Why does he need
quirky.
her? I just
Yeah.
no, not quirky at all.
Yeah, it's like really, really, really like line crossy. Like, not unlike Mr. Covington trying to kiss Felicity. Like, that's super line crossy. Like, how is this like, we should be as horrified or more by this than that kiss, honestly. Like, this is like a violation, like many violations, like multiple violations, multiple times, you know?
I mean, he's a stalker. Like that's
Yeah.
all there is to
yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
going to a yoga class he knows she's gonna be at, like shows up late / at the end of the
Like,
class.
this
They're
is
like
the plot of
wrapping
a
up
horror
already.
movie. This is
Yeah.
not like rom-com
Swim
stuff. It's
fanish.
horror movie
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. And Elena, like, it's not her responsibility, but like I'm just I don't know how he all of it. Like she I know tells him not to do it, but like, yeah, it would be like, no, you're like literally a stalker if you do this. It's just it's not her responsibility.
Well,
to
I don't
stop
think
him, but
she
it's just
like knew that
crazy.
she had to say that. You know, like, it's like,
No,
why
I mean
are
she
we
said
having
it
this
though.
conversation
She was like,
at all?
you no uncertain terms cannot do this.
No,
Cannot
she
read her
said that
emails.
part, but it's
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't think that, oh, like, I have to educate him on what stalking is and not to do that. Like, does she
Right.
have to tell him not to rape somebody too? Like, you don't think that your friend's gonna do this to be like, I have to tell you don't do that. That's insane.
Yeah. So then Megan goes back to the hospital where she's gathered more supplies for Sean for the Sabbath, which were very expensive. But she tells Sean that she got a discount at the store by telling the clerk that she was converting. And Sean got very excited. He's like, oh, convert? Would you ever convert? And she says that that's ridiculous. She said, I'm not converting to Judaism just because you lost a nut. And that, I mean, it's not angsty, but like I would love to make that a my way message, but it wasn't angsty enough, but that was just great. And then Sean comes back with another great quotable, completely seriously. He's like, well, we have to break up. Like me, a very seriously, devout Jewish man, I can't be with you. I want my children to be Jewish, not Jewish.
I lost my goddamn mind.
Like I said, these two are like the only redeeming people right now. So Megan's like, are you serious? Okay, great. She gets up, takes the wine, and leaves. And it did remind me a little bit of the show Nobody Wants This.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that is all the rage right now. I'm like, yeah, Felicity did it first. Sorry. Not the first time.
The funniest thing ever. That could be an
So
angsty away
good.
message. No?
Not angsty enough.
Goofy. It was damn funny, though.
It's, yeah. It wins the most hilarious OA message of the week. All right, so then back to Tracy and Elena. Tracy confronts Elena, asks, is it true? She, of course, thinks he's talking about Finn for some reason. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's terrible what I did, blah, blah, blah. Tracy says, I mean, McGrath? And Elena's apparently surprised, hasn't heard about this yet. She's like, what? He said there's a whole list circulating. Your name is on it. And he's pissed because he thought that they told each other everything. He's so upset. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to take it too seriously. Like, it was before we went out. But, I don't know. I don't really think Elena has anything to be sorry about in this situation. Like, I don't think she has to tell Tracy. Like, I get it. He thought that they're tell each other everything. But, like, I don't think Tracy needs to be upset. Like, if I were him, I'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? There's this whole list going around with your name on it. You were sexually harassed. Like, it just was weird that he turned it into a him problem.
Yeah. Like, you were groomed by this much older man who took advantage of you. Like, that's what he should have said.
I mean, how old is he
Okay.
to have that verbiage and stuff like that mentality? Because, I mean, again, how failed were we by the clinic, not even considering, like, blackout and consent stuff. It's like, so I don't expect this young man to be like, oh God, you got groomed. Like, was grooming even a term, like a buzzword back then type of thing?
No.
Yeah. But I don't think he was like mad at her as much as he was like shocked. So like he wasn't like, oh, like I'm so mad at you, I can't believe this. I think it was like, can't believe you didn't tell me. Like more like I'm like incredulous, like shocked, not like mad.
I don't like that she apologized.
Yeah, that's
all,
fine.
I guess that's the part. I'm like, she didn't need to say she's sorry for anything.
Sorry about something.
Well, up for in this situation, I'm saying. But yeah, maybe this was her way to get it off her chest without actually saying.
Yeah, I don't think she would have if this other thing wasn't in the background of that. I think she would have just been like, that's not your fucking business. Like,
yeah. And in her mind, I don't know that. I mean, she doesn't really think that she was sexually harassed at that point. Like she thinks it was like an ex-boyfriend, right? So she, I don't think she would think it's his business. It's like, that's an ex, but more to it than that. So then Felicity helps Ben get ready to, I guess, see Mr. Covington and start to reconcile. So Mr. Covington brings food. Ben thanks him for the basketball. Mr. Covington says he's grateful for Felicity, his liaison, for which he's forever indebted. He's really laying it on thick. I felt so gross, which I get it. He's supposed to be charming, but like it was so uncomfortable.
Good. That's good television.
I know. John Ritter did a great job making me feel uncomfortable. So the visit's going well. Ben starts warming up, but then he needs to step out of the room, get some meds, go to the bathroom. Felicity's like, oh no, I'll go get it. I'll go do it. Because she doesn't want to be alone with Ben's dad, of course. But Ben's like, it's all right. I got it. So then when they're alone, Mr. Covington apologizes to Felicity for what happened. He says he had a horrible year. He felt completely alone, and talking to her made him feel hopeful. But Felicity is just like, you know what, this is making me really uncomfortable. So Mr. Covington's like, okay, well, thank you for not telling. I can tell you didn't tell. Like, thank you for not telling Ben. And Ben comes back in.
Shameful.
So then later, Ben approaches Felicity with a problem. He got tickets to a play that she really wanted to see. But of course, he can't go because he's all beat up. So he suggests, I want you to go with my dad instead. he's, just visiting the city, want to show him a good time, show him the arts and theater and all of that. She is apprehensive at first. She's like, no, like, well, just go a different time or whatever. He's like, no, those tickets are expensive. I really would love this if you went with my dad. So even though she's apprehensive, she says, of course. So then Noel and Elena sit down at Epstein and he shares an email of Jane's with Elena that Jane told her friend she wishes a guy would just tell her, hey, this food's great and all, but I'd rather be making love to you. Which... like, Melissa, if you ever texted me that or like sent that to me in an email that was like your deepest, darkest fantasy, I'm sorry, but I would laugh.
As you should.
So silly.
That's like a weird thing to be like honest about too. Like, oh, I just want somebody to be honest with me. Like that they want to fuck you. Like that's the kind of honesty you're looking for. Like, spoiler alert, most men do. Like that's not a secret. Like, why is that something you have to be honest about?
Yeah, like that's hard.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, tell me you need therapy and then go to therapy. Like, be honest about that. Like, that's what I would like to hear.
Yeah. Oh, man. And it's just like, I'm sure if she just told whatever guy she was eating dinner with, like, hey, you want to go back to my place? He'd be like, yup. Like, there's just this whole premise is
like,
ridiculous.
That's like the dumbest thing ever. It's like, oh, I just wish somebody would be honest. Like, really? You want guys telling you they want to fuck you, like, all day? Like, because that's what's going to happen if you had things your way. If you just, come on.
Yeah. And you're getting stalkers like Noel who just want you because you're hot. So
yeah, exactly.
You are going to get that honesty now. Yeah. Ugh. So then while Noel is telling this to Elena blurts out that she slept with Finn. So he can't believe it. When did this happen? So he thinks a little bit. Then he decides to rip up the emails from Jane. He's like, all right, let's make a deal. I'm going to tell Jane the truth. You're going to tell Tracy the truth. And they shake on it, even though Elena has much more to lose here. But Noel says, hey, we can't hold on to these secrets.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful sentiment there, man.
Sentiment, yes.
Yeah, sentiment. Which, again, is fascinating. Like, why is Elena divulging this to him and not to Felicity? Obviously, Felicity's occupied.
Apparently, Noel is best friends with everyone. Ben, Elena, like...
No, but, like, Elena and him actually are better friends than
they are.
Felicity and Elena are.
Yeah, they are. They're like brother-sister type.
That's ridiculous.
We don't see enough of it, though. The friendships between all of them. So then we go back to the hospital. Sean's still in bed, and we find out that his roommate, Mr. Morgenstern, is actually Rabbi Morgenstern. So the rabbi asks Sean a question. What happens if you relapse? What happens if you get another type of cancer? God forbid. What happens to God and your faith then? Sean has to think about that for a second. So then Rabbi Morgenstern asks him, like, do you love this girl who you just basically broke up with? It's like, yeah. He's like, well, then don't break up with her. If you love her, propose. He says, life is serious. You can't waste it on things that aren't important to you. That is my angsty away message of the week. I guess the rabbi is the therapist / Sally of this episode, but
works for me.
Okay. It's an okay quote. It's fine. It's not my favorite angsty away message of all time, but it's good.
It's the most profound.
Yeah. Of the episode, yes. Jew witch is still a better quote, but...
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, not going to convert just because you lost a nut. I love that. So Rabbi says, like, don't think of your faith as a crash diet with God. That won't last. Faith is a way of life. So Sean takes this all in. So then Elena invites Tracy back to her apartment. She has every intention of telling him the truth. She sits him down, says, look, before I tell you this thing I have to tell you, I want you to know I love you. The past year dating you has been the most amazing of my life. But before she can get to the nut of it, Tracy's like, wait, hold up. I've got to tell you this thing. You sit down now. And he pulls out a poem that he wrote her. He says, E is for everything you do so well. L is for your long, luscious legs and locks, and on and on and on. And it's very cute. She says that's the first time anyone's ever written a poem for her. So he's like, all right, what did you need to tell me? She says, nothing, just that I love you. So obviously, yeah, she can't crush him after he did all that. Says nothing.
That's like so weird when that happens in TV. They're like, no, I have to tell you this. This is way more important to tell you. It's like, was that really that urgent? Like, she seemed really like, I really, really need to talk to you. And you're like, Like he's just like a little kid. Like
I also wouldn't let it go. Be like, what do you mean? All you wanted to say was you love me. Like you've never sat me down and like,
right.
I wouldn't let that go. I'd be like, no, really, what were you gonna tell me?
Because he was so high on his own supply. He was like, I wrote a poem and I'm like amazing. Like it's like a little kid, like some macaroni art or something. Like, dude, grow up.
Macaroni.
That's what it felt like. That's what it was giving. It was giving like little child like shoving something in front of their mom's face to be like, this is the most amazing piece of art. And it's like, okay, it's all right. I appreciate it. Thanks. Like seriously, it was like that urgent. Like, man,
it shows you're not a mom though. That's not.
No,
I mean,
no,
I guess
no. Like I'm
fine,
talking about. No, like let's not pretend that every single piece of art is like actually really good. Like if a mother was gonna be honest, like I think a mother would say that every once in a while. Like, come on. You don't have to disclose anything right now.
It's true.
No,
Melissa, you're the mom. Do you tell Rose like that's not your best work?
I'm saying you say that, but you would think it on some level. You'd be like, "This is like, it's a child made this." Like,
yeah.
Okay. The other day, my daughter caught me throwing away some of her drawings that she gave to me. She ran up the stairs.
I mean, that's not good.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to put this in this spot." It's like,
so
there's like
I
6,000
don't
a day.
obviously I don't need this tip, but I did see an influencer that I followed. What she does is takes a photo of the art and puts it up to an aura frame. Always have the art, but you don't have to like keep all the physical paper. Yeah, it's
Good
cute.
idea.
So nice $120 aura frame and it's like scribbles are on the screen. Good investment. So Noel was on his date with Jane, having some Indian food. Dinner's, of course, going well, and Noel is charming with his insider information from her emails. And then he decides to use the exact line that Jane wrote in the email to her friend. This food's great and all, but I'd rather be making love to you. And Tyra slaps the crap out of him.
Good.
Which he deserves.
He's lucky he didn't lose a nut.
But like, Noel, way to be so obvious. Like, word for word, you're going to use the thing that she had in her email. You're not going to like
way to not notice.
She's a dumbass for not realizing it.
But like, she is a dumbass, yes. But if I were trying to be a smart stalker, I wouldn't like word for word use the quote from her email.
No.
Take notes.
I'd be like you can change it up a little.
You're gonna manipulate somebody. Don't quote them verbatim,
right? You'd
don't
be
quote
like,
their diary back
man,
to them
like
verbatim.
I'm having a really great time, but I'd love to just take you back to my place and do like change up the words a little bit at least.
Use your own voice, yeah.
Oh,
but no, word for word, the quote from her email. God,
no, it's just too many things in a row.
Like,
Indian
yoga,
food, the same exact
the
book.
food,
like she's a dumbass for not realizing. The IT guy who watched her put her email password in is now quoting
this is a horror
things
movie.
from her email.
This is fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm. So then we go to the loft where Felicity goes up to Ben. She's supposed to be meeting his dad in like 10 minutes for this play, but she says, you know what? I don't think I'm able to go tonight. I'm not feeling well. I think I'm getting the flu. Maybe I should skip the play. Ben's like, what? You're supposed to meet him? Yeah, in a couple minutes. She's like, no, I don't think I can go. Oh, never mind. He's like, why? What's really wrong? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. And that, of course, whenever someone says, I don't want to talk about it, that means something else is going on. So he's like, what? What is it? She's like, it's just your dad makes me a little uncomfortable. So Ben, like, without missing a beat, did he do something to you? She says no. And he asks again, did he do something to you? She doesn't respond. She just kind of does that like scratching her neck thing that she does when she's thinking about something. So if this isn't hottest Ben moment, I don't know what is.
Dude, get some ice water. Get a bucket of ice water. I need
out of his
fucking
couch
cold dunk.
Takes off the sling.
I know, like that sling coming off, something's about to go down.
Which again, I don't promote violence, but I was like, oh,
but that was like so
the
fucking
fuck
hot.
in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, because it's so
sexy.
protective. Like that's the hot part. Not like the idea of violence, but just like
not the
he's gonna go like handle some
like,
business.
Locked.
Yes.
And so as he then gets up to leave, Felicity's like, no, Ben, it's okay. No, stop. Blah, blah, blah. She's trying to get him to stop. He doesn't stop. He leaves. So yeah, he obviously already knows his father is capable of anything. So he goes to meet with Mr. Covington, finds him at Epstein Bar, asks him directly, what did you do to make Felicity too uncomfortable to be alone with you? So after some prodding, Mr. Covington says he was confused. And I want to hear your thoughts here, Dr. Doe. He says, you refused to see me. I went over to her apartment to talk to her about you. He's like, no, what did you do? Get to the fucking point. So Mr. Covington tries to minimize it. He's like, oh, I was upset and she reached out and we hugged. And Ben pushes him further.
And what?
And what? And so then he says, I kissed her. And so Ben says he doesn't want his dad in his life, full stop, and leaves.
Wowzers.
So Dr. Joe, go off. That I was the blame game. Like it was like he was trying to put it like I was here for you. Don't be a bit like I was here for you. You refused to see me. I wanted to talk about you. It's like, nah, dude, none of this was about me.
So there's this thing that I've been seeing more about because of just, algorithm shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of DARVO?
Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't, that stands for Deny, Attack, and Reverse Victim and Offender. And this is like really reeking of some Darvo stuff because like first he's like kind of trying to deny it, like play it down a little bit. Then he's like attacking like hardcore. He's like not going into this hardcore, but it's like you like turning it around on him, like again, like trying to transition to like I'm the real victim here, like this is your fault kind of, spin on it. It's like very Darvo-ish. Not at like its like most blatant height, most explicit example of it, but it feels like similar to that.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I start to get the feeling like he wasn't necessarily sincere in the beginning about like, oh, I'm concerned about Ben. And blah. It's like
right.
With all this, it just.
Well, it's like Ben has said,
going.
Like he's just charming to like make him look like he's doing something good. Like it's just all about like the appearance of doing what you're supposed to do, like the appearance of doing the right thing. So you can like check off that box and say like, oh, well, I did it. I tried. It didn't work out, but it's not because of me. I did try. He wouldn't see me. So okay. Here's other ways to try, first of all. So yeah, definitely a phony.
And also at some point, if Ben doesn't want to see you, you have to accept that. Like he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to see you.
Yep. Talk to your sponsor. Like
boundaries. Yeah.
Like
you tried. He doesn't want to see you. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be bringing his girlfriend into it.
Right.
So then Ben goes back to the loft. He's pulling down the basketball hoop now, kind of like breaking it, trashing it, can't get it down. When Felicity comes back in, Ben tells Felicity that he's sorry about what Mr. Covington did to her. She's like, it's fine, I'm fine. Like, don't worry about it. Not about me. I'm fine. Ben sits down. He says he just wants to kill him. He feels like he's going to explode, like he has kerosene all over him, and like just anything any second might set it off. Felicity goes up to him, brings up Spooked, the time that they carved pumpkins together freshman year over Halloween. It was the first time he ever told her about his father. And she says she thought she understood then, but now she knows that it goes so much deeper. So she then says, please don't be mad at me, and she pulls out some pamphlets on Al-Anon and other groups that might help. He's like, no, I don't need a group. He's like, I need a new dad. Felicity says, well, that's not going to happen. So he says that he doesn't want to feel like he's the one who's messed up when his father is the problem. So he doesn't want to go to a group because of that. Felicity's like, I don't care about your dad. I care about you. She doesn't want him to feel that way, like he wants to kill him or that, she doesn't want him to feel that rage. So then Mr. Covington, read the room. He knocks and stops by. Ben tells Felicity she should go, so she awkwardly leaves. But Mr. Covington just came to say goodbye. Ben's like, bye. I loved that. He's like, okay, bye. But, what else do you want from me, And Mr. Covington says that he wants Ben's forgiveness. Ben says he can't do that right now, which I think is fair. So then Mr. Covington tells Ben he loves him and leaves. So again, does this I love you, does this mean anything? It just feels so empty. Are you showing him that you love him? I don't know. The whole thing felt really, really fake. I'm there for forgiveness. Ben can't give it. Oh, well, I love you. Sorry. I didn't like any of that.
I think if you loved him so much, he would have respected his boundaries at the beginning when he said he didn't want to meet with him. He could have gone home, tried again, at a later time. Because I'm sure in, Alcoholics Anonymous, they know, you're on this journey of getting people to forgive you and all this stuff. It's not going to happen right away.
Yeah.
It's not he just started this too. He's not going to get forgiveness from everyone in his life immediately.
Right.
Oh, it's just too pushy.
Yeah, it seemed like he was definitely making things more about him than Ben, which tracks, for his character, for the history that Ben's given us.
And like he wants Ben's forgiveness, but he literally just like fucked up again and like crossed another boundary. You know, it's like if nothing else had happened, again, like, okay, like Ben doesn't have to give him forgiveness, but I could see where it's like, hey, I really want to make amends. But like you just kissed his girlfriend now, and now you're asking for forgiveness again. Like, take some more time.
Like,
and think
forgiveness
about what
for which
you did.
part? Like, you know, like how
Exactly,
many
yeah.
things do you have to apologize for but by this point?
Yeah, what do you know what you're sorry for? Like what are
Exactly.
you apologizing for right now?
Exactly.
So then at the student apartment, Sean shows up and visits Megan and proposes to her. Megan is baffled, like, you just broke up with me. He says, well, you know, I no longer care that you're not Jewish. And she's like, okay, well, you know, I'd like an apology first. So he's like, okay, I'm sorry. She's like, do you know what you're even sorry? Again, what are you sorry for?
Right.
And so she's like, it's not like the fact that you broke up with me isn't even the real problem. It's dumping me for not being Jewish. God, these two. Another great quote. It's anti-some. He just became a dentist for jokes. He's an anti-dentite. So she's like, yes, I'll get back together with you. No, I'm not going to marry you, though. John's like, yeah, I figured. So I'm like, what are we doing, Sean? Come on. Like, first, so ridiculous. He's like, oh, and honestly, it was Morgan Stern's idea. He's actually a rabbi, which, of course, yeah, that's just what every woman wants to hear. The rabbi thought it was a good idea. But they make up, and she says that he's so weird. So it was at least cute in the end.
Yes.
So then Tracy finds Finn to tell him the good news that Elena told him about the affair. Finn, of course, assumes Tracy means the affair with Elena. And Tracy goes on that, you know, he's okay with it. Finn's like, wow, I mean, that's great. Like, I just kind of surprised how okay with it you are. He's like, yeah, I mean, you know, it just, you know, I love her and we're going to be together forever, blah, blah, blah. So Finn's like, yeah, I mean, besides, it wasn't really an affair. We were only together the one time. And Tracy's face drops. Oops. Ruh-roh. Meanwhile, Jane, the dummy, visits Dean and DeLuca to find Noel working, and she's taking this opportunity to apologize to him because her friend reminded her that she told her that she wanted a man to say that exact same thing that Noel said at dinner. Like, get a fucking clue, Jane.
Like, how much
Jane
can
was
plank
born
over her head? Like,
literally yesterday.
Oh my god. She's a pineapple head.
So,
That's what Beer said last episode, or an episode ago, like 2.
Oh, pineapple head. Yes. So Jane says, like, we're not about to jump into bed, but I would like to get to know you better. Noel is shocked that this whole thing worked, and it absolutely should not have all worked out. So the writers should be thrown in jail for this whole storyline.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, are we trying to, like, is this aspirational? Like, what are we trying to do with this storyline? I don't understand. Like, oh yeah, he's just quirky.
Yeah.
This is
the comic
one of the
relief.
worst storylines that it's like it's aged the poorest, if that's the right phrasing in this show. Like, were we supposed to think this is cute? I must have overlooked it as a middle schooler, but it's bad. It's bad.
I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not adorable at all. It really isn't. It's trash.
Predator.
Yeah, it's like, it's really hard to have any respect left for someone who does something like this.
Yeah. So then finally, the end of the episode, Ben goes to an Al-Anon meeting. So as he sits down, the, I guess, host, leader, I don't know what to call her, but she asks if it's anyone's first time. Ben raises his hand. What's your name? My name's Ben. Hi, Ben. So as he says his name, he looks up and someone peeks around the crowd and sees it's Molly, which kind of makes sense because she said that her brother did meth. That's why she knows what that little packet of drugs was. And that's where the episode ends. So Dr. Joe, like, what do we think changed Ben's mind so soon? Like, literally just one scene ago, he was like, I don't need a group. And now he went.
Okay. So what I was kind of taking away from all of this is basically his dad had put Felicity in a position to, like, make him feel better, and, like, he was relying on Felicity to carry him, you know, in the episode. And Ben was kind of doing that too, in a way, like, I can only count on you. And it's like, she can't be like the solution to everything. It's like, yeah, that's your partner or whatever, but I think it was reflecting that like she has to be this anchor or something, or this North Star or something. It's like, well, that's fine, but like, she can't be the whole thing. Like, you have to help yourself. You can't rely on somebody else to manage your feelings for you, or, you know, like blame somebody else for your mood or whatever, like whether it's blaming your dad or blaming Felicity or, you know, anything. So I think that was a big maturity arc there, to be like, okay, like I need to get this help on my own, you know, via a group, like on my own, as in, you know, separate from Felicity. So I think that's his evolution, whereas his dad didn't learn that. He did learn that.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Because he had
obviously we see,
insight
yeah,
to be
Sorry, go
like,
ahead.
you know, he has that insight to be like, I feel all these feelings. You know, he can use his words like he did. You know, he wasn't like punching like holes in the wall or something, or breaking plates, or, you know, like whatever. Like, he did say like, I have this feeling. And she's like, yeah, I don't want you to feel like that. But she can't be the one to extinguish that fire that's burning.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, I'm just surprised that someone so young was able to realize that, like, I don't know, there's a lot of pressure on men, especially, like, not to do therapy, not to show their emotions, not to be vulnerable. And so it was interesting that he very quickly was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go get help and I'm going to go to this meeting. And when he was like, I don't need a group. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's good growth. I was just surprised that it kind of happened so fast. But maybe it was the rock bottom moment, you know, for him.
I think it was seeing like how his dad hurt Felicity, and like he doesn't want to be a person who also hurts Felicity. Like, not taking responsibility for taking care of yourself, because clearly his dad's not doing all the things that he should be doing to, you know, go forward, but in alignment with like AA stuff. So yeah, I think it kind of held a mirror up to him a little bit, and he's just like, yeah, that's not the life for me. Like, I don't want to be his mini me.
That's true about the comparing it with the father, because even, you know, I was starting to think about this again. I thought it was so uncomfortable. I'm like, did we really have to put Felicity in this situation just for the plot, you know, to move the plot along? I was like, couldn't Felicity or someone else have tried to persuade Ben to go to Al-Anon or a group or therapy or something after him beating Randy up? Like, even Sean had that heart-to-heart with him, and he seemed to listen. Like, you've got all this, like, you're blaming the world, you've got all this anger inside you, you're taking it out on Felicity. Like, to me, I guess even that, I feel like could have been enough. Or like, okay, being beat up by the frat boys, maybe that's a wake up call. Like, oh shit, like I brought this on myself because I punched Randy and all of that. So like,
that was
maybe
another
that
nudge.
could have been.
That was a big nudge, I would think. But
yeah.
I think not even knowing what the resources are, like it's one thing to be like, hey, it's like we were talking at the beginning. It's like, what you're doing is wrong. Okay, tell me how to do it right. Like, what do I do instead? Or like when you're correcting children, like, don't run down the hall. Like, don't just say don't run, because they can start doing somersaults or like backflips. Like, tell them to walk. Like, you have to tell the person what to do. Like, you can't just point out like you're fucking up. Like, okay, how do I course correct? Go to Al-Anon. But nobody was giving him that until that was like kind of put in his face. So like, it's like, okay, like it's not just about me anymore. It's like my behaviors can affect people outside of me, because it's not like my dad, it's not just about him. Like, his behaviors affect people outside of him. So I think Ben's like reflecting on that.
And Felicity can't quite understand because she hasn't lived that either. So I need to go
and
talk
she's
to
not
other
supposed
people.
to be his therapist either,
Right.
or his counselor, or like, you know, anything. Like, she's just supposed to be a girlfriend. They're fucking 20 years old. Like, so yeah, I think he puts all that together, you know, just kind of through the observations of the, you know, last several days, and just being confronted with his dad, like, you know, how would things have been different if like his mom went to Al-Anon or something, like if his mom and him went to Al-Anon like when he was a kid or something, you know. So I think it was because his dad just was like a cautionary tale, like don't be that guy, like don't end up like him.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, any final thoughts?
Nah,
just glad we got through that.
Yeah, it's all, I wouldn't say downhill or uphill either. It's just all plateau from here. I don't know. There's some other storylines coming that are interesting. More drama. Soapy drama.
I definitely get extremely annoyed about some stuff, and it's not even like the Avery thing, honestly. Like it's
no, there's more before that. That's annoying.
Yeah,
but it's soapy drama. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us once again. We will catch you all next time.
Bye.
Felicity Was Here is produced, written, and edited by Heather, Melissa, and Dr. Joe. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Felicity Was Here Pod. If you're enjoying the pod, please leave us a review and help us spread the word. We appreciate you and would love to hear from Felicity superfans like us. So send us your feedback, ask us your burning questions, or just say hey at felicitywasherepod@gmail.com. We may even read your note in a future episode.